Hey guys, I'm going to review a video by Caitlin Shoemaker. I actually reviewed the video of hers 3 years ago. We'll see how she's doing now. This one is called Easy Vegan Breakfast Ideas That Won't Break the Bank. Sounds like cheap slave food, but we'll see. I'm open-minded.
Hey everyone, it's Caitlin and welcome back to another video. Today we're talking breakfast and I have two easy and budget-friendly vegan breakfast ideas to share with you. One savory and one sweet, which is this amazing vegan banana bread oatmeal. Before we get into cooking, I'd like to thank Peak for sponsoring this video. Peak makes teas and supplements that are designed for radiant skin and skin health. I've been on a skincare routine fix right now and working on my own skin health, and I think it's so awesome that I can make delicious.
It's interesting that she has to work on her skin health as if it doesn't come naturally if you actually eat natural food. But vegans quite often need to work on their skin because they're always detoxing from the toxins they're consuming from the plants.
Today I'm enjoying my oatmeal with a matcha latte made from Peak's Sun Goddess Matcha. It's quadruple toxin screened for purity and contains 35%.
It's screened for purity, but green tea in general is a toxin. But of course, the toxins that are in green tea, they're gonna call polyphenols, antioxidants, or who knows what. Even though those are quite literally toxins, they will not consider them as such, and that's why it's simply not counted as one. But it is screened for toxins, yeah, it makes sense.
More L-theanine than other matchas, which promotes calm and reduces anxiety.
That may be true. I haven't seen any studies on it, but let's just assume that it is true. Seeing as matcha is so high in caffeine, really, there's no point, seeing as you're going to be stressed basically all day long. Even if you drink it once or twice a day and the L-theanine really has some kind of calming effect, then the caffeine destroys the whole purpose anyway.
Reduces anxiety. I'll drink this in the morning if I'm not having coffee, or I'll have a latte in the afternoon as a nice pick-me-up.
Again, it's ridiculous to recommend it because caffeine has been shown to increase anxiety, seeing as it's a neurotoxin.
I also love how it comes conveniently packaged in individual portions, which also makes it perfect for travel. You can get 15% off Peak's Radiant Skin Duo right now by clicking the link below, which also includes their BT Fountain, a hydrating skincare drink that visibly increases skin elasticity and reduces fine lines thanks to clinically proven.
Or you could just eat a lot of animal foods, a lot of animal fat especially, and your skin would be in perfect health, glowing, and so on. And of course get a lot of sunlight. But no. Drink this man-made stuff. And I do have to admit, of course, it is a great scam. Yes, this company sells this powder. It probably costs like $50 or more. Usually that's the case. And she also gets some money by promoting the stuff. And there's nothing wrong with promoting products in videos as such. But I would never promote a product like this, which actually causes health problems instead of helping people with their health.
And ceramides. I've been loving this drink as a nice afternoon treat. It tastes slightly sweet and tangy, almost like a nourishing pink lemonade. So head to peaklife.com/FromMyBowl for 15% off plus free shipping on their Radiant Skin Duo. The link will also be in the description of this video, so be sure to check it.
Of course, the shipping is free. That's again just a scam because it's so overpriced. They're going to be making so much money off of you. It's irrelevant.
Now let's get on to the recipes. First up, we're going savory, and I'm going to show you how to make the
savory, of course, really just means that she's craving animal foods, and tofu scrambles, which vegans make a lot, are an omelette egg imitation. If you could imitate it, of course you can't.
Best tofu scramble. So this recipe is very simple. You can treat it as a base recipe. We're going to start by adding some olive oil to a pan and crumbling up our tofu. I like to use medium firm tofu, and as you can see here, I'm breaking some of the tofu up more finely and some I'm leaving in bigger clumps. You can always break them down further with a spatula. Then we're going to add in some seasonings. We're adding nutritional yeast. This adds an umami flavor, just a little bit of turmeric for color.
Yeah, basically the reason for that is because they want a cheesy taste to it, and of course it also then resembles the color of egg yolks.
Some salt and some black pepper because I love the taste of black pepper. So then you're just going to mix your seasonings in with your tofu, and you'll know that they're evenly combined when the tofu takes on this uniform semi-bright yellow color like you can see here. So then we're going to add in some cashew cream, and we're actually going to add some water.
Cashew cream. Nothing has changed with her. Yeah, just really bad animal fat cravings. That's why vegans make these cashew creams and all kinds of nut butters and all of that stuff. And she could be eating eggs, which would have most of the nutrients that you need. There's some amino acids missing, which you would only get from meat. But now instead she's eating tofu, which is high in phytoestrogens, which block the cell receptors for real estrogen in the body. And that's super important for a woman especially, but also it messes up the hormones of men. And nutrient-wise, well, plants don't have over 15 micronutrients, so there's that already. It is a meal that will only malnourish you by definition.
To the pan. So there's a lot of ways to prepare tofu scramble, but personally I find that this is the best way to do it. You're adding some fat and creaminess with the cashew cream, and the water is going to cook down over time. It takes about 10 minutes or so. You're just going to stir your tofu, but it changes the texture of the tofu and makes it a lot more bouncy.
Why doesn't she simply make scrambled eggs? If a vegan is watching this, could you give me just one reason?
So as you can see here, the liquid is mostly thickened.
It's literally what she wants.
Key for that similar eggy texture and consistency.
People don't even understand that they're mentally ill when they're making this kind of stuff, because they're literally going against their body's needs and senses. It's literally you not listening to your body and what it wants.
I think it's the closest you can get when just using tofu. So once your scramble is thickened to your liking, you're going to turn the heat off, and here I'm adding kala namak or black salt. This has a sulfuric flavor that is a classic egg flavor, but a lot of people add it in the beginning. I like to add it at the end because it loses flavor with heat. So you only need a little bit, it goes a long way, but you definitely want to add it at the end to get the most bang for your buck. Then you're ready to serve.
If it wasn't obvious enough, there she admits that of course she wants to eat eggs, but no she doesn't, because she's part of, what is it, cult, religion. For sure these people are brainwashed, because as I said, they're not listening to their own bodies. She wants to eat eggs, that's why she's imitating eggs, which is impossible to do, but vegans still try this every day. That's why they also eat fake meat and so on.
Today I just topped mine with some chives, but you can see the tofu texture is pretty similar to a hard scramble. This is definitely my favorite way to prepare tofu, and I'm just showing
a piece of bread. Very good, slave. It's literally just fiber, anti-nutrients, carbohydrates, which are sugar, so it's just fiber and sugar with a lot of pesticides because of how grains are treated nowadays.
You can put it with a side of toast, you can put it in breakfast burritos, you can totally heat this up later if you want to. It's great for meal prep or for just a pretty easy savory breakfast that's pretty cheap to make too. I do want to say that tofu scramble recipe that
yeah, it's cheap, but why would you not spend the most money on your food? If anything, I always spend it on food, on good quality food. I don't know what else you should spend money on. It should be your health, right? But no, instead she tries to eat as cheap food as possible. If your food is cheap, then it's almost guaranteed garbage.
And then I proceeded with the recipe like normal, simmering until the tofu was nice and cooked. So you can also go like an Italian route with it with some seasonings. You can just add vegan cheese, you could add vegan spinach. You can really do whatever.
Did she just say vegan spinach? I really think she did.
You want to customize this recipe, which is why I think it's so great. So if you want plain vegan style eggs, you can...
Yeah, just add some indigestible green leaves full of oxalates because what, it's healthy, that's what you think?
Make that, but if you want something a little more zesty, you can make this too. All right, now let's go on to that sweet recipe. Now let's make our...
That looks like something somebody threw up.
Banana bread oatmeal. This is the perfect recipe for when you have ripe bananas on your counter that need to be used, which for me is pretty much all of the time. Then you're just going to mix everything together until the bananas are pretty well combined, and then we'll add our dry ingredients. We've got some rolled oats, ground.
Vegan diets always revolve around sugar. Even the meal before, which was supposed to be savory, had so much bread that you would be overloading yourself with sugar there. And here again, you have bananas, maple syrup, Jesus, and oats. It's all just carbohydrates, which are sugar. It's really no different than eating candy all day long.
Flaxseed, a little bit of baking powder, some cinnamon.
Actually, I'll take that back. Candy would be healthier than this, and that's because oats, for example, have a lot of anti-nutrients and fiber, and candy at least doesn't have any fiber. So technically candy is a lot healthier than oatmeal and whatnot.
It still has a sliceable but still kind of soft texture. So if you eat it out of the oven right away, it has a similar texture to regular oatmeal that you would make on the stovetop.
Looks insanely disgusting. I can't imagine putting that in my mouth.
And if I let this cool even further, then you'd be able to slice it into bars and sort of portion it into containers for easy meal
It's just asking for diabetes and heart disease
prep as well. All in all though, it's totally delicious. Alright guys, so that's it for this video. Leave a comment down below and tell me if you're team sweet or team savory and which one of these recipes you want to make first. I love how both of these recipes could be meal prep friendly. They're super easy to reheat. They're made from common ingredients that come from the grocery store. So if you want more
common ingredients from the grocery store, and what people buy there is slave food for the most part. What can you even find in the store nowadays that is healthy? Yeah, you can find meat and some pasteurized dairy, and you could say that you could find meat which you can eat raw also. Maybe if you don't eat the fat, the lean meat. And there's some supermarkets out there which even have some good livers sometimes, but really overall, 99% almost of the garbage that you can find there is really not even edible if you want to be healthy.
Content like that, definitely head over to my blog too. I have a ton of other vegan recipes that you might want to check out, and these recipes will be linked in the description of this video too if you want to print them and save them for later. I'm going to go enjoy my food now. So as always, thank you.
You're lying, you're fake. I can see your face expression, and you're lying for the camera. You don't enjoy it, and I kind of doubt that you will even eat it, but I guess if you're really vegan, you're starving so much that you will eat it because you're delusional and you actually really try to believe that that's an egg.
Well, so much for watching this video. Thanks to Peak for sponsoring this video. Be sure to check the link in the description below to get your discount. And
Yeah, of course, you gotta mention them at the beginning and at the end of the video for the money.
I hope to virtually see you soon in a future video. Bye!
Alright, that was Caitlin. Yeah, I remember her. I wouldn't say that she looks very different, at least. A lot of vegans really deteriorate after 3 years for sure, but who knows? I don't watch her channel, I don't really know anything about her. Where's the guy also? I remember back then, I think she was making a video with her boyfriend, but whatever, maybe he's still around. I guess that I still don't have any children, I assume, maybe I'm wrong, but people like this usually like to show their children on camera. She eats unnatural food, of course her life is generally unnatural. She may be infertile or simply doesn't want to have children because of her hormones. When women say, I don't want to have children, that's because they are chemically damaged. They don't have the right chemicals in their body, which tell them that they should be actually having children. They are literally sick. Yeah, same old Caitlin. Thanks for watching.